So we are going to start out today laying on your belly, and you can have your arms wherever is comfortable for you. You want to go ahead and have your head down so that you're in complete relaxation for our beginning focus. And with your head down and your body fully supported by the ground, take a moment to notice you. Begin by noticing your emotions. Your emotions are a big part of you. Notice how your emotions feel and how they affect the rest of you. And then draw your awareness to your mind. Your mind does so much. It's so important. Keeps track of all that you do. But it too needs a rest. So set those thoughts aside. You will get back to them later. And bring your awareness into your body. Feel the areas of tightness, the little twinges. Just noticing your body lying on the ground. And then bring your awareness to your breath. As you inhale, feel your body expand. Feel your back rise, your belly push into the ground, your sides expand. And as you exhale, the air moves out and your body moves inward toward itself. As you continue to observe that breath, see if you can slow the breath down, extending your inhale and extending your exhale. One way to learn to extend your exhale is with a hum. So if you take an inhale, I'm going to invite you to put your lips together and hum as loud as you can, and just keep humming until you're out of breath. Hum. Try it again. Make a nice inhale.
She's not here.
And when you are ready, you'll use the hum to exhale as long and slow as you can. And one final time with that humming style of breath. Inhale, fill yourself with oxygen and air. And as you're ready, hum. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and begin to wake up our bodies a little bit. So you're laying on your belly right now. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and extend your left arm above your head and roll toward your left side. So your head is supported on your left arm. Now your right leg is on top. Bring your right leg forward, out from you. From here, keeping the right leg out, you're going to bring your right arm up above your left arm. And you're stretching your whole body. How big can you make your body? How far from your body can you get your limbs? Feeling that stretch along the whole length of the body. Then, keeping the right leg out as far as you can, you're going to try to roll toward your right. So your top arm, your right arm, is going to move up and behind you toward the opposite wall. And you're just feeling the whole stretch, and you're extending like you're waking up in the morning. And then when you're ready, you're going to pull your arm and your leg back to center. So both arms are above my head and I'm looking toward the floor. Then as I'm ready, I will roll onto my right side. My left leg is going to extend out at about 90 degrees from my body. I'll bring my left arm up above my head as well as my right. And then again, I'll begin to stretch everything as far as I can as I roll to the left side, keeping my left leg off to the right. Just enjoying this lovely stretch and opening everything up. And then returning back to center. So this time I'm going to roll to my left side. I'm going to bring my right leg off to the left side at this point, to the opposite side, top leg over, and the right arm up above my head as I roll to my now right side, changing so that I'm flipping back and forth. And then as you're ready, you're going to roll back through center and to your right side. So my top leg and my top arm go in opposite directions, and I just extend and stretch. Nice. And then rolling back to center. Go ahead and stop when you're on your belly again. And I'm going to ask you to go ahead and extend your arms out at a 90-degree angle. So we're kind of like T-shaped. Now, remember when we say activate, how we lift the pelvic floor toward our heart as well as toward our spine? Maybe tighten your glutes a little bit. So I'm going to ask you to activate everything now. And then lift your head, your chest, and your arms off the floor. Your head looking down at the floor so that your neck is in alignment. Good. Exhale and come down. You're going to do this again. First, activate. Lift the pelvic floor, tighten everything. Once you've activated, then lift head, chest, arms. Breathe. Hold it if you choose to, or lower back down. Now, if you wish, this next time, you may lift your head and arms and chest and your legs. But the trick is you're not lifting just the feet from the ankles and the knees. You're lifting from the thighs. So if you choose to lift, you're lifting with straight legs using the hips. So here you go. Activate that core. And now lift. Good. And exhale. Okay, activate the core and lift. Good. Lift again. Here we go. Keep holding. You've got it. Okay, now fly like you're Superman. Roll back and forth a little bit. Keep activating the core. Pretend you've seen those movies. It's been a while, but Superman, there you go, good. And release. Okay, extend your arms in front of your head, so toward the screen. And what you're going to do, you're going to imagine that you're swimming. So you're going to be lifting those arms and your legs, and then you're going to keep them straight as you move them a little bit up and down. Ready? Activate the core. Inhale, lift, and now swim arms and legs. Breathe. Hold that core tight. You got it. Good. And release. Whew. Okay, you're going to push up into a child's pose. So your knees are going to go wide. Your toes are going to come together. Your hips are coming back onto your heels. Walk your hands forward. Getting your chest and head as close to the floor as you can. If you reach the floor, fantastic. If you don't reach the floor, find a block or a bolster or something to support your head. And take a moment to breathe in and breathe out. Now, instead of just staying here and holding this for a rest, I'm going to invite you to come in and out so that you're teaching the hip flexors to find more comfort here. So as you inhale, we're going to go ahead and come upward. So it's kind of like a modified table. Inhale and come up. And then as you exhale, you're pushing into your hands so you can push your hips back onto those heels again. And with each inhale, you're going to lift and rise forward. And on each exhale, you're going to push into the hands a bit and lower the hips onto the heels. As you inhale, you rise up. And as you exhale, you push back. And on the next time you go back, go ahead and find stillness for about 2 breaths, maybe 3, in your child's pose. And then go ahead and gently push your way up to a seat, drawing your knees together. All right, so good to start with a little bit of activation of the core, a lot of back muscles working as well as front muscles. It's all part of the core. All right, hands upward on your thighs. And just breathe in and slow down for a moment. And then begin with the arm motions with your breath. Inhaling the arms up, lifting your chin to look between the hands. And when you're ready, flipping your palms. Exhaling, bringing the arms down and looking down with your chin. Now, this motion can be done with very little benefit, with not much happening. And here's the difference. This is very little. Not much is happening. Okay? And why is not much happening? Because I'm not thinking about it happening. If I activate my muscles, I think about extending the arms as far as I can. I think about pulling my scapula together. I imagine that it's not easy to raise and lower, that there's some resistance happening. And by using my mind when I raise and lower my arms, I am activating more muscles. Can you feel the difference between this and this?
Yes.
Good. All right, go ahead and come to stillness and shake it out for a moment. So we've been doing a lot of sideways motion. This time I'm going to ask you to raise your hands forward. Good. And then hold them there for a minute. And I want you to imagine you can pull your shoulders back. So when we put our hands forward, we tend to pull our shoulders forward. Now pull the scapula back, pull them together. You can feel everything pulling backward. Good. Now from here, I'm going to push, turn your palms outward, so thumbs down, and push away and out. Good. Now turn the palms so they're facing forward and pull together. Now think about the scapula, pull the scapula back and down again. Palms out, pull away. Good. Palms forward, push together. Nice. As you're ready, using your own breath. Good. And lower those arms. I can feel a lot happening in my back. Can you feel this? If you use the mind, you'll feel it. If you just do this, nothing happens. Got to use the mind. All right. Let's do this. Bring your arms out to 45 degrees, so they're not straight in front of you, but 45 degrees. Thumbs are up. Activate the muscles strongly. Imagine there's that resistance. Pull the scapula together. Now, using your thumbs, you're just going to raise up about 2 inches. Up and down, about 2 inches. Good. Okay, good. Now we're going to go out to parallel with our shoulders. And again, up and down. Pull your scapula together. Lift your pelvic floor. A lot of this has to do with the mind. It's too easy to make it look like you're doing something and have nothing happen. If you want the benefit, make the benefit by using your mind. There you go. And stop that. You're going to extend the arms behind you, whatever is reasonable for you to go behind you. And again, same thing. Nice. Good, and drop those. Shake them out. Okay, one more. Take your arms as goalposts. And we're going to rotate our arms forward and down. And then together and back. Okay? So you're rotating the goalposts. Interesting, I've got 2 cameras set on me at different angles, and one of them makes me look like I'm, really sideways, and the other one makes me look like I'm exactly straight on. It's just bizarre. That's what camera work will do. Nice. Okay, stop when you're back at center again. And this time I want you to imagine there's something really heavy that you have to push up. Really heavy thing up. And now there's something equally heavy that you have to make sure it doesn't land on your head, but you have to pull it down. Good. Same thing again. So with that resistance, you're lifting, pushing up. And then you're pulling down. One more time. Good. And release and shake it out. That feel good? All right. Okay, let's go ahead and stand up on the back end of our mat. Start with Heidi Twists. So we're going to have our feet a little bit wider than mat width, than hip width, but not as far as mat width. And we're just going to bring our hands to our right side and allow the right arm to go behind, and then you're going to go to the other side. So you just swing gently around. And then let's go ahead and pause. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to allow that swing to have a little bit more, especially as we get to the end of the swing, bend the knees a lot more. So Heidi, feel free to speak up if I'm not saying your exercise correctly.
Yeah, so if you're twisting to the kind of down to the left, your right knee is going to bend more than your left knee. And then when you twist down to the right, your left knee is going to bend more than your right knee.
Nice. And then I think we're going to raise our arms higher. So now it's like we're twisting up kind of at the shoulder level and head level, right?
Yeah. So when you twist up to the left, you're going to kind of let your left shoulder lead the twist, and your arms will just follow. My arms don't go higher than, I don't know, like my nose, the lead arm.
When I get up to this level near the head, I find I'm kind of doing a figure 8.
Yeah.
It feels good. Nice.
Your knees will be bending just a little bit, you're kind of like walking your heels. One will go up and then the other as you twist up to the either side.
And let's go ahead and find stillness again. Ooh, that one feels good. Thanks for sharing that with us, Heidi.
You're welcome.
All right. So here we are on the end of our mat, and one of the requests today was balance, and we will do more balance when we're down on the floor as well. But while we're standing here, let's go ahead, first of all, and find balance in your Tadasana. So you can have your feet together. That's going to be a little bit more challenge, or you can have your feet apart. That's going to create more stability, your choice. And then I want you to kind of rock your weight forward and back, and then find that even weight distribution. So where is center on your feet? And then, once you find that center, find stillness, lift the knees. Sounds weird, but it's activating the muscles around them. Lift the pelvic floor. Pull the ribs together. Hold your head above your shoulders. And open your arms to find the strength and stillness of your mountain pose. Nice. From here, we're going to find the weight into our left leg. So I might even shift to the left a little bit. I'm going to bend my right knee and bring my toes. The toes are on the ground still. When I'm thinking about the left leg more, I'm going to push down with the left leg and think about the front of the left hip. Pull up with the front of the left hip. Good. Now think about the pelvic floor. lifting. Feel free to pick up your right toes off the ground if you're ready. You can have a hand on a wall or a chair, whatever you need, or freestanding. Now you can bring your toes to touch your leg. That can help you find that connection and strength. Now you can bend the standing leg. Bend and straighten a little bit, that standing leg. Explore as you bend and straighten. Find the strength in the leg as you find the balance. Good. See if you can raise that leg higher. Now, if you wish to unattach the toe from the leg, that creates another challenge for you. Good. Now you can do the opening and closing of the knee. Good. Go ahead and open your knee, and you can draw your toes to touch wherever you want. You can even bring them high into your tree pose. But before you get comfortable in your tree pose, I want to invite you to bend and straighten your standing leg. Good. From here in your tree pose, which you could have your toes on the floor or on your calf. Don't have it directly on the knee, no pressure. But if you're up high, you can push together the foot and the thigh. That will help you with your balance. If you would like, wherever you are, you may choose to extend your branches, your arms. You do not have to, it's a choice. If you want to challenge yourself, you can raise your gaze to look at the ceiling. If you want to make it easier, have a gaze that's closer to your eyes. Maybe a wall directly, 2 feet in front of you will make it easier. You can sway your branches to make it more challenging. Bring your hands back to heart center. Return your knee forward. And if you're still up for a little bit more, you're going to bend your standing knee as you extend your right leg behind you, bending forward, trying to find parallel to the floor. Woo! And then come on out of this. Good job. All right, so we are going to do the other side. We start by finding our Tadasana, our mountain, finding the strength of your feet first. Lifting through the knees, lifting through the pelvic floor, pulling the ribs together, lowering the shoulders, centering the head, and opening the hands. Then we begin to put weight into the right foot, pushing down through the foot, lifting up through the hip flexor. Bend your left knee, perhaps go onto the toes of your left foot. If you're ready, you can raise your left foot off the ground. Feel free to have a finger on a wall or a chair, whatever you've got. And then we're going to do this bends and straightens of our right knee. Good. From here, you could stay at this level or raise the knee higher. You can even bring the foot away from the leg, and you can open and close that left hip a little bit. Nice. And when you're ready, you can find your version of tree, which could have your toes touching the ground and the knee pointed out. Could have your toes on your ankle, on your calf. If you choose to place your foot above your knee into your thigh, You can push the thigh and the foot together. Nice. From here, it's your choice. If you want to extend your arms, your branches. If you want to change your drishti, your gaze. If you want to sway your branches. And drawing your hands back to heart center. If you wish, you can return the knee forward, bend the standing, the right leg, extend the left leg behind you as you bend forward toward parallel to the floor. You may even extend your arms if you wish. A warrior three. Bring back through center and lowering that leg. And shake it out. Nice job, everyone. Okay, I'm going to take my socks off so that I have a little bit more resistance on my mat because I'm feeling like we're going to do a few more things here. On your mat, I'm going to ask you to take a big step forward with your left foot. All right. I'm going to take my back leg, my right toes, and I'm going to turn them toward the right. It doesn't have to be all the way to the right, but just toward the right. Now I feel like I have a little bit more control, and I can actually make a bigger step. So I start to wobble my left foot forward a little bit more. Great big step. Trying to have my feet 3, 4 feet apart. Okay. So my left leg is forward and my toes are facing forward. My right leg is behind me and my right toes are off to the side. My body is kind of, kitty wampus, halfway in between. Not forward, it's not sideways, it's angled. Now I'm going to bend my front knee and then straighten it again. Bend and straighten. So it's important that your back leg, those right toes, tip off to the side. If you're keeping them forward, you're working harder. Okay, so turn the back toes to the right side. Yeah, turn them out. Now, make that step bigger. You're way up here, you're not going to get much. It's actually going to be hard to do. So you can walk, just kind of toe heel, that front leg further and further forward. You got it. And then we're going to be bending and straightening the front leg. The back leg is keeping straight. Bend and straighten. All right, watch your knee. Some people's knees are starting to come inward like this. That's going to put bad pressure on the knee. So pull that left knee out. Good. Nice. Bend and straighten. All right, go for that nice deep bend. How bent can you get your legs? Now I want you to think about your thighs, just like when we do Baddha Konasana and we lift them up and out and behind us. I want you to do the same thing. Turning as much as you can. Think about rotating your thighs up and back. Good. That's activating the muscles to support your legs. Watch the knee. Keep it pulled out. Good. Now, as you're bending that front knee as much as you can, go ahead and tip your body so that your left knee is on, or so your left elbow is on your left knee. Good. Now this right shoulder, I want you to bring it toward the ceiling. Like when we were laying on our belly and we lifted up and over with that right arm to the opposite side, same motion. Right shoulder is pulling up toward the sky like you're trying to reach something behind you. And you can lift your right arm up toward the sky also. Good. But turn your body. If you're looking toward the ground, you want to open it up so that that right shoulder is lifting up toward the sky. And your head is looking out toward the side or up at the sky. Now lift your pelvic floor. Good. If you'd like to challenge yourself, take your elbow off of your arm. You can extend it forward, sideways, You're holding and supporting. Good. Nice. All right, put the elbow back onto the knee. Take the right arm down and gently come back to stand. Nice. Okay, stand up again. Good job. All right, your left leg and your right leg probably feel a little different, so wobble it out. Okay, right foot, big step forward. Big step. Your left toes, turn them off to the left side. So your body isn't facing forward, it's not facing sideways, it's at an angle. Wobble your right foot, toe, heel, a little further forward. Nice big step. And then begin to bend the right knee. Down and then straighten. So the right toes are forward. And you're bending and straightening the right knee. Watch out for that right knee coming inward. Again, you want to pull it out to the right. Now think about the thighs. Lift and like you're rotating backward. Good. Okay, nice deep bend on that front leg. And then begin to lean forward and place your right elbow on your right knee. Now take your left shoulder, like we were laying on the ground, we were trying to roll to our back. So it's like you're trying to roll backward. Left shoulder way up toward the sky, trying to reach the ground again. Extend your left arm tall toward the sky. And if you would like, you can take your right elbow off of your knee and extend either out away from you or forward. Lift your pelvic floor, pull your belly upward. Breathe. Good job. And then bring that right elbow back to your right knee. You can bring your left arm down, back upward, and pull the legs together. And shake them out. So you got some balance going on, you've got some strength going on, you've got some stretch going on, a lot of stuff happening here. How are we doing? Yes? All right. So, similar version, we're going to go into triangle this time. Left leg forward, nice big step. Right toes off to the side. Wobble your left toes. Toe, heel, more forward. Where you're like, this is way too wide of a step. That's right. Get it nice and big, nice and wide. People stay up here really narrow, and it's actually harder to do this. Wobble it down. Nice and wide, wide, wide. Okay, now, I'm going to play with your hips for a minute. Go ahead and bend that front knee, the left knee, and then you can bring your hips forward. And now straighten your knee and you can push your hips behind you. Okay, bend and you can bring your hips forward and then straighten and push your hips behind you. Explore this sensation, this difference. Okay, so try the opposite. If you have your front hip knee bent and you're pushing your hips behind you, well, that's kind of, you have to lean forward and it's, okay. Now come upright and try to push back. Like, okay, I can do it, but it's a little awkward. All right, straighten the front leg. Push your hip behind you, consciously push it behind you. And as you're pushing that hip behind you, I want you to begin to extend your left arm forward. So I'm leaning toward my left arm as I'm pushing my right hip behind me. And I'm leaning out, leaning out, leaning out. Good. Keep leaning until you're able to bring your left arm down and rest it. And it could be way up here on the thigh or below the knee or down at the ankle or on a block. Now, you're rolling that right shoulder backward again. up toward the sky. And you've got 2 straight legs. This is your triangle. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And when you're ready, you can turn your body down so your right shoulder's coming back down. You can put a little bend in that front knee, and you can push up to stand and bring that left foot back however you're able. So these are kind of challenging. There's a lot going on in here, but you are doing awesome. All right, take your right leg, bring it forward. Nice, big step. Big step forward. Take your left toes, turn them to the side. Take your right foot, wobble it a little further forward. And then you can find those little bends and straightens of the front knee. Or watch out for that front knee tipping inward. Pull it out. There we go. Now, think about pushing your hip behind you. And then bend your knee as you push your hip forward. And then straighten your knee and push the hip behind you. Bend the knee and bring the hip forward. Straighten the knee and push the hip behind you. Okay, this is where we want to be. Pushing that left hip back behind you as you extend your right hand forward. You can have a micro bend in your knee so you're not locking the knee. And then pushing the left hip back, you're leaning forward like you've got a platter of cookies you're trying to serve something and you can't move any closer with your feet. So you're leaning forward, leaning forward, leaning forward, pulling. And then when you're ready, you lower that right arm to wherever it lands. It could be up here on your thigh, just below the knee, down by the ankle, on the floor. And you open your left shoulder up toward the sky and extend your left arm up toward the sky. And then when you're here, you inhale and you exhale. And you inhale and you exhale. When you're ready, bend your front knee, turn your body forward, put a hand on that knee to help yourself safely come back up and safely come to stand. And then walk it out a little bit. Wow, I looked at that clock and I'm surprised. Let's come down to the ground. I'm going to sit in Sukhasana for just a moment. And then I'm going to go into a nice forward fold. I'm going to have a bolster to support me as I just lean over the top of this. Or you can turn it this way and support your head. You're releasing your back and your hips. And you're resting for a moment. Breathing in and breathing out. And then we're going to switch sides. So go ahead and push up for a moment. Whichever side was in front, you're going to reverse your legs. Then go back into your forward fold again. Nice, rounded, supported. We're releasing the back. We're stretching the hips. And we're relaxing. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Go ahead and push yourself up to a seat. Good. Go ahead and bring your feet, soles of the feet together into that Baddha Konasana pose. And I'm going to invite you to rock a little bit, side to side, releasing things a bit. And when you're ready, find stillness. So in this stillness, remember how we rotated our thighs backward? You're going to do the same thing again. Rotate the thighs up and back. And then think about the knees pulling outward. These thoughts about rotating and pulling out create space so that your knees can move closer toward the floor. Now go ahead and hold on to wherever you can hold on and lift your spine tall, tall, tall. Breathing in and out. One more time. Breathing in and out. Last time in this pose. Breathing in and out. Go ahead and extend your right leg forward. Keep your left sole of your foot touching your right thigh. There you go. Put your hands back by your hips so you can push into your hands and lift your body tall. Then turn your body. So I'm going to move my right hand forward with this lengthened body. I'm turning toward, so I'm over my left leg. Pull your toes up toward your face. And with the length, I'm going to bend forward over my left leg. If you wish, you may bring your hands around to grab your foot. And on every inhale, you extend and lengthen. And on every exhale, you fold further. Yes, I love the strap. Straps are fantastic. If you want to have that strap around your foot to help you, feel free to use a strap. And then gently push up. We're going to reverse this. So my right leg is going to lengthen out. My left leg is going to bend. First, I'm going to lengthen with my spine. And I'm going to turn my body so that it's over that right extended leg. Once I've twisted my body, I lengthen one more time. And I begin to fold over the extended leg. If you have that strap that you want to use, feel free to use that. If you want to hold on to your foot, feel free to do that. Lengthening on each inhale and releasing on each exhale. One more breath in. And one more breath out. And it's time to find your way to your back. I believe how fast this has gone. As you find your way onto your back, do whatever your body is asking for. If you need a twist, if you need a, not child's pose, happy baby, whatever you need. So maybe you're going to hold your feet, rock for a little bit, there's your happy baby. Or maybe you're going to extend your arms and twist across. Whatever your body is asking for, listen to your body. It tells you. But too often we're too busy. We don't pay attention. So sometimes you just have to find that stillness so that you can listen. And once you have done whatever your body is asking for, find your way into your Savasana. Traditionally, you're going to have your legs at about mat width apart, your arms at about 45 degrees from your body, as you're lying on your back with your eyes closed. If you need to modify, if this is not comfortable and you need something under your head or something under your knees, or maybe you need to have bent legs, or maybe you prefer to have your legs up the wall, find your version of your final rest, Savasana. Yoga is a process of slowing down the churnings in your mind. First, we do the physical work, the asana, to teach our bodies to find stillness. Then, when the body can be still, we have the opportunity to find a moment of stillness in your mind. Sometimes you get to Savasana and the instructor will say, okay, relax, and they're quiet. And that works for some people. But as soon as there's quiet, for me, my mind starts talking. It just keeps going. So I can't just go into this. I need this anchor of hearing somebody else speak to guide me through my body, to maybe get that glimmer of stillness. So I invite you now to notice the connections of your body to the ground. Notice where your elbows touch the ground. Notice where your heels touch the ground. Notice where your hips touch the ground. Notice where your shoulders touch the ground. Notice where your head touches the ground. And all of these connections with the ground allow your body to be supported, held up by the ground. And as you are confident in this support from the ground, you are able to release a little bit more of that control that we hold so tightly. Release your body. Allow your body to get heavier. because the ground is there, holding you, supporting you. Allow your body to get heavier and heavier and heavier. And then draw your awareness to your mouth. Release your tongue. Let go of the muscles holding your lips closed. And draw your awareness to your ears. Let go of the control of holding the ears. Let them just be pulled by gravity back toward the earth. And draw your awareness between your eyebrows to the spot we call the third eye. From this place, move your awareness deeper, deeper into the brain, deeper into the mind, to where you can watch your thoughts coming and going. And as you watch those thoughts, you notice the space after one thought and before the next thought. Put your awareness in this space between your thoughts. In this space, you feel complete contentment, utter peace, joy, connection with all that is, and a huge, profound sense of love. Enjoy this silent, beautiful space for a moment now. Know that this sense of calm, loving connection is always in you and always available to you. When you leave your mat, all you need to do to bring this beautiful sense back is close your eyes and take a breath in and a breath out. And this sense of beautiful, loving, calm will return to you. For now, begin to be aware of the space of your physical body again. The mat underneath you, the air against your skin. Begin to wiggle, moving whatever needs to move, and finding your way to a seated position of comfort. And in your seated position of comfort, drawing your hands together to heart center, knowing that the word namaste means the light that is within me honors the light that is within you. We share namaste.